Marcus had always been fascinated by urban legends, so when his friends dared him to spend one night inside the abandoned Blackwood Asylum, he agreed without hesitation. The asylum had been closed for 50 years after a fire killed dozens of patients and staff. People in town whispered about screams still echoing inside, but Marcus was determined to prove it was just a story. Armed with a flashlight, a camera, and his phone, he pushed the rusted gates open. The air was cold, unnaturally cold, as if the building itself was breathing. Chapter 2. The halls. The inside smelled of mould and ashes. Long corridors stretched in both directions, walls peeling, windows shattered. As Marcus walked deeper, he noticed patient files scattered across the floor. Some still had photographs attached, pale faces staring blankly at the camera. He heard a sound, a soft shuffle, like footsteps, probably a rat, he muttered, but his voice sounded too loud in the silence. Chapter 3. The records room. Marcus found a heavy door marked medical records. Inside, shelves were collapsing under the weight of old files. Dust filled the air. On one desk lay an open file, untouched by dust, as if someone had placed it there moments ago. It was a patient's file, patient number 47, Evelyn Carter. The notes described her as violent, claiming she heard voices no one else could. Scribbled at the bottom of the page in red ink were the words, "She never left." Suddenly, the door slammed shut behind him. Chapter 4. The basement. Marcus's flashlight flickered as he forced the door open and stumbled back into the hallway. This time he heard whispering, soft, multiple voices all around him. They grew louder when he found the stairs leading down. Against his better judgment, he descended. The basement was worse than the upper floors. Chains hung from the walls, and old hospital beds were lined up in rows. In the centre of the room stood a single chair with restraints. The whispers grew into words. Sit down. Chapter 5. The encounter. Marcus raised his camera and snapped a picture. The flash reads up the basement for a second, just enough to reveal shapes. Dozens of pale, shadowy figures lined the walls, all facing him. When the light faded, the room looked empty again. His breathing quickened. He turned to leave, but standing at the bottom of the stairs was a woman in a burned hospital gown. Her face was scarred, her eyes glowing faintly white. "Evelyn Carter," Marcus whispered. She tilted her head, smiled, and the whispers exploded into screams. Chapter 6. The final recording. Marcus's phone, still recording, captured his last moments. The sound of his panicked footsteps, the crash of the flashlight hitting the floor, and his desperate cries.